Hello and welcome. My name is Santiago Morato, and I am the program coordinator for the Community Art and Research Project here at the Hispanic Research Center. In this occasion, we would like to show you some of the prints that we have in the art collection related to the theme Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos. This is a multi-day festival celebrated every year from October 31st through November the 2nd in commemoration of friends and family members who have died. It originated in Mexico, for which it has become a national tradition, and it has now spread to many other countries, especially the United States and Latin America. It blends with the tradition and customs for honoring the dead in other nations and cultures. In Latin and South America, the celebration of the dead is a custom that goes back thousands of years. Traditionally held during summer, upon the arrival of the Spanish, it was gradually changed to coincide with the Christian celebrations of Hallowtide, Halloween, All Saints' Eve on October 31st, All Saints' Day on November 1st, and All Souls' Day in November the 2nd. It also coincides with the ancient Celtic tradition to mark the end of the harvest and to remember the dead known as Samhain, that is celebrated from sunset on October 31st to sunset on November 1st. We at the Hispanic Research Center are committed to recognizing and celebrating these traditional events with the ASU students, faculty, and community to reflect the diversity that exists within the Hispanic cultures of the United States. Within the HRC large art collection, the Day of the Dead theme includes seriographs, lithographs, woodcuts, posters, and other items collected throughout the years. We have selected a good sample of these prints for this virtual tour and hope the theme is useful in building connections across cultures and generating ideas for students and artists. This unique selection of artworks offers an opportunity to look into the diverse perceptions of death that artists bring to this graphic project. Through this print, some artists interpret death in a spiritual way, recalling their deceased relatives through the recreation of a traditional altar or ofrenda. In other cases, artists make useful of playful skeletons in the Jose Guadalupe Posada style to poke fun of life, sexual encounters, political leaders, and drunkenness. Yet others make use of more ritual-like and profound cultural symbols to elude the essence, the natural cycle of life and death. Without further, let me show you some of the prints that we have selected for this virtual tour. The first print is called Las Catrinas. It's a lino cut and the artist is Celeste Jaime. Las Catrinas, or fancy skeletons. The character of the fancy skeletons has become one of the most representative symbols of the Day of the Dead in Mexico. This image was originally created as a critical view of the upper class from the beginning of the 20th century. It went from being a caricature of high society ladies to forming part of the rich Mexican collection of images related to death. The fancy skeleton is the typical Mexican idea of death, a playful and happy death always dressed up and ready for the fiesta. This print of Las Catrinas shows 3 skeletons covered with flowers and ornaments. The fourth is a pregnant skeleton, which symbolizes both the continuation of an eternal return to an earthly life. A few notes about the artist. Celeste Jaime was born in Morelia, Mexico, and graduated from Morelia's Fine Art School. She develops artistic projects in the field of graphics arts, including artist books in Mexico. She has participated in more than 25 group exhibitions, both in Mexico and in artistic forums of the United States, Costa Rica, Chile, Bulgaria, and Spain. This artwork is by Francisco Oñate, and the title is La Ofrenda. Ofrendas are an essential part of the Day of the Dead celebrations. They are also called altares or altars and are created to remember and honor the memory of one's ancestors. The ofrenda is set on a table and it usually has several levels. Generally, on the top level, images of the saints and the crucifix are placed. There is a candle set for each deceased relative, and their light is thought to guide them on their way. Flowers are used to adorn the ofrenda and represent the transitory nature of life. Salt and water are essential to quench the thirst of the souls tired from their long trip. Other important elements are incense to elevate the prayers to God and especially prepared clothing and foods for the souls, including mole, tamales, fruits, rice, and the traditional pan muerto. Francisco Oñate was born in Morelia, Mexico, where he still resides. He studied fine arts from 1959 to 1968 with the renowned Alfredo Salce, Roberto Martinez, and Javier Arevalo at the popular fine arts schools in Morelia. From 1973 to 1989, he exhibited in a group and solo shows all over Mexico, Guatemala, Venezuela, the Soviet Union, and the United States. This print is by Oscar Moya. The title is Vejigante, The Last Temptation of Sally, and the medium is a linocut, and it was produced in 2008. The artist created this work in memory of his late wife, Salima Rivera de Moya. She was Puerto Rican and grew up in Chicago. In Spain, Vejigantes were demons meant to terrify people. In Puerto Rico, they took on a new face because of the African and Taíno influence. St. James' Saint Day is celebrated in Puerto Rico with participation of the Vejigantes. The floating eyes on glasses represent temptation. The background is a network of deceased cells, and the Vejigante signifies the duality of the ever-present demon in all of us. Oscar Moya was born in Mexico City and is an accomplished artist who has participated in group exhibitions in the United States and Mexico. He migrated to the US at age 15 and labored as a migrant worker between San Antonio, Texas, and the Humboldt Park community in Chicago. He is currently a member of La Prensa, Southwest Printmakers in Las Cruces, Nuevo Mexico. Moya resides in El Paso, Texas since 2005. This is a lithograph. The artist is Elena Clement and the title is Virgin in Blue Box. The piece was created in 2001. In this lithograph, the artist recreates a household altarpiece against the blue and the gold frame background. The Madonna and the baby Jesus rest on a pedestal. In the foreground, two vases filled with yellow chrysanthemums have been placed slightly in front of each other on either side of the retablo. One vase is cut glass and the other decorated ceramic, and both feature flowers as part of the decoration on the vases themselves. Clement creates an atmosphere of comfort at home with warm yellows and deep blue. Although the items in the piece show signs of wear and age, they are shooting and will be appropriate for a home altar piece, a familiar and comforting place of immediate worship that has been in use over the long term, perhaps over generations. Elena Clement was born in Mexico City. Her father was the Spanish artist Enrique Clement. She developed an staunch independent, self-taught artist while living in Mexico, Spain, France, and the United States. Clement began her professional career with a 1972 exhibit. This hand-painted print is by George Yepes and the title is La Serenata, the Serenade. The Serenade is a calavera skull with real ears, a pinched semi-live and semi-skeletal mouth, and hands and fingers that clearly are white bone yet delicate and expressive. This is a skeleton who remains an impassioned man as well, intent on his mission of romancing his love interest. The painting is notable for the level of detail in the clothes and hat of the serenading mariachi. Decoration and patterns are an integral, no incidental part of Yepes's Baroque artistic style. The work is also wonderfully ambiguous and enigmatic in that the long mariachi serenade not only exists in a physical twilight world emerging from the shadows, but also resides in an enigmatic state between life and death. We might associate this living skeleton with the 19th to early 20th century Grandmaster Jose Guadalupe Posada. George Yepes was born in Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, and moved to East Los Angeles at the age of 4. He is well known as a promoter of education for youth from his commission of public art and the sale of his work to notables, including actor Chick Marin and director Robert Rodriguez. He has had the resources to set up and fund an Academia de Arte Yepes in both Los Angeles and Chicago that help youngsters learn to paint. The following two artworks are from Sam Zaragoza Coronado, a very prolific artist and an advocate of the awareness of the cultural diversity in our community. These serigraphs are titled Las Comadres y los Compadres. Comadres and compadres are godparents who are closer than friends. Sam Coronado's painting style was influenced by his bicultural Mexican-American background, and especially by the illustrator Jose Guadalupe Posada, who created impressive Calaveras images for the Day of the Dead in Mexico. Las Comadres and Los Compadres incorporate a theme that the public enjoys viewing, with vivid skeletons and skulls dancing, cycling, playing the guitar, and drinking. Sam Coronado was primarily a painter until 1990, when he participated in one of the self-help graphics print workshops in Los Angeles. He fell in love with the process of serigraphy and devoted himself to printmaking. Coronado's City project in Austin, Texas, modeled on the self-help graphics program, celebrated its first decade of existence in July 2003. After Sam Coronado passed away in 2013, Coronado Studios continue to make it possible for many Latinos and other artists to experience the silkscreen process. It provides a supported environment for artists who participate in the City project to pursue their individual creative visions. This serigraph is by David Martinez and the title is Fiesta de las Calacas. It was produced in 1995. This serigraph illustrates a story about 4 ghosts who have a reunion party on the night of the Day of the Dead. These characters throw their bones into a Thai dance and sing their fate to the empty desert. David Martinez is from Austin, Texas, and began painting canvases in the mid-40s. After expressing himself through various kinds of craft work, he has followed the ideas of a tribal people in his life and art, which is generally affected by indigenous cultures immersed in nature and art. This colorful serigraph is by Eduardo Oropesa, and the title is Échale, produced in 1984. This work takes the sting out of the Dia de los Muertos skeletons. Here, against a bright background of live flora set on a hot pink platform, the most colorful musical band conceivable plays in solidarity with itself and with the viewer. They are similar to mariachis, but without the diversity of instruments, since they are all playing guitars. The communion of camaraderie of Chicano culture that crosses even the great divide of death is the theme of this work. Each of them sports a masculine mustache and has received Christian authorization to play of his existence with a cross on his forehead. Eduardo Oropesa is a contemporary artist, a native of California's Silicon Valley and longtime resident of East Los Angeles. Oropesa began his academic training in the field of social studies. After taking an art course, he ultimately changed major and received a Master's of Fine Arts degree in sculpture from San Jose State. This artwork is a lino cat by Gabriel Trinidad and has the title Y el viento los trajo de vuelta, which translates and the wind brought them back. This print shows a representation of a town's traditions. The deceased are transformed into souls in the shape of different animal species and have come back to enjoy what Mother Earth gives us. Gabriel Trinidad was born in Chilpancingo, Mexico. He studied fine arts at the Centro Universitario Simón Bolívar in Chilpancingo and graduated in 2002. The same year, he met artist Nicolás de Jesús, with whom he is a co-founder of the Tixtlarte print shop. Currently, Gabriel is a printmaking assistant and teaches children's classes in rural communities. We are at the end of our virtual tour to celebrate the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos. As you can see, this is an important tradition and a good way to commemorate those friends and family relatives who have died. The prints we show you are just a small sample of the large collection of prints that we have in the Hispanic Research Center to celebrate the Day of the Dead. I hope the selection of artworks gave you an opportunity to see the diverse perceptions that artists have about death and the multiple elements that they use to recall their deceased relatives through altars, ofrendas, food, music, skeletons, among others. As I mentioned at the beginning of the tour, this tradition originated in Mexico and has become an important celebration in the United States and has expanded to other countries. If you would like to know more about the Day of the Dead and would like to see other prints related to this theme, we have others in our collection, and we'll be happy to show them to you. Just call the Hispanic Research Center and we can set up an appointment. Also, if you are interested in purchase the art books that included the prints that we show you today, you can visit the Hispanic Research Center and the bilingual press, and you will see the art books that are available for sale.